Thank you, Jason. Yes, we hope, we expect. We are in for a tungsten treat tonight. For the second time in 24 hours here in Cardiff, it's the best in the world against the best of all time. Last night it was a group game. This is for the title. Michael van Gerwen here has hardly put a dart wrong all year. 19 titles in 2016 so far. He's won his last 6 tournaments. He's hit 2 9-darters already this week, both in Barnsley, annoyingly. He has won 58 of his last 61 matches, but 2 of those 3 defeats were at the darting hands of Phil Taylor in Sydney last month in another best of 21 leg final on the other side of the world. Taylor won 11-9 last night. Mighty Mike didn't even manage to hold his throw, not even once. Taylor won 10-4. Just been chatting to Phil backstage. He's proud of his newest exercise and diet regime. His mind, he says, is clear as a bell. Remember, he was on holiday while MVG was cleaning up. So this is it. Once again, the best now and the best ever. 11 legs, 100 grand, and the first ever Champions League of Darts on the line.
Well, how could you not look forward to this? The 2 big powerhouses of world darts. World #1, Michael van Gerwen,
58.
seems to win everything in his path. In his path today, the legend of darts, Phil the Power Taylor. He took the plaudits last night. The atmosphere was fantastic last night. This is absolutely electric.
57.
And as you said, Vassos, this is not a group game, this is for the title.
93.
17 world titles between them up on that stage. 16-time world champion Phil Taylor here.
100.
Through some absolutely sensational darts, both this afternoon and against MVG last night. Has he got it in him at 56 to produce that, to produce his best 5 times in 2 days?
Well, if he can do the same as he did last night, Michael will find it very tough. But if you spin the coin, if Michael can produce his best, Phil will also find it tough. If we can get that happy medium, we could be in for an absolute cracker. Sometimes you build these games up, 2 big players, 2 fantastic stars of the game, and it doesn't always work out. Last night was brilliant. The atmosphere is certainly good. The crowd are loving it.
Slow start from both players, you have to say. 12 darts thrown from each of them. Nobody on a finish yet.
Yeah, certainly a slow
99.
start. Maybe a few nerves. There always is in any game in the first sort of leg and a half. Important to get that first leg on the board. Whichever player wins the first leg, he won't mind if it's a 25 darter or anything, as long as he wins it. As Taylor hits the first maximum of the final.
Well, that's smoking everybody up. Double 16 to hold his throw. Oh, did he need that? Did he need that? Remember, failed to hold his throw all through last night's match, MVG. Chance for Phil Taylor to break him again. 2 darts at double 16. Only needs the 1.
Well, it was certainly a mixed bag on the scoring, but that maximum from Phil Taylor gave him the opportunity. Van Gerwen had a chance, didn't take it. Taylor had a chance. He didn't miss.
He's got a new stepper machine at home, Phil Taylor. He says it really is doing him good.
The noise in that auditorium is absolutely amazing.
98.
Really enjoying this weekend and this final. It's been a pleasure to be here at the Motor Point Arena in Cardiff.
136.
Yeah, it really has been a cracking atmosphere all weekend. Building to what we hope will be a thrilling enthralling climax. It's all set up for them.
36.
Van Gerwen really has to start getting his scoring boots on.
99.
Hasn't yet got going.
Only one score of 100 plus from MVG so far.
140.
What he doesn't want to happen is exactly the same as happened last night when he just couldn't win his throw.
Failure requires 63.
Ended up being so far behind, he couldn't get it back.
So 18 here for double 16 for a two-leg lead. Oh, yes!
Phil Taylor, third leg, Michael with first.
Oh, he's woken up.
He certainly has. He needed that one. You could see the grimace from Van Gerwen. It's been a slow start from the young Dutchman. He needed that.
100.
He really needed that. You can see what it meant to him.
We mentioned MVG has won his last 6 tournaments. If he wins here, it'll be 7 in a row. Phil Taylor has once done 8 in a row.
Just shows you the quality that's up there. With darts like these from Taylor. Another maximum.
130.
Leaves himself 95. Can Taylor leave himself something handy? Van Gerwen, you would think, would throw for the ball with the first axe. If he goes for the treble and misses it, he won't get a throw. Now then, he's going to go for 2 double 19s, and that's my point. If he'd have gone for the 25, he may have had a dart at the ball to take the leg. If Taylor takes this out, the pain will increase.
2 darts at double 12 for a 3-leg lead, 1 at double 6.
69.
That counts as a big let-off.
Game shown at
Well, Michael Van Gerwen's face there when Phil Taylor missed tells you what it means.
Game on.
It really does. He was fired up.
So Phil Taylor had a dart at double 12, a dart at double 6, the break Van Gerwen again, yet again. And that is what it meant when he missed them.
Certainly both players are fired up. That's a prime example. Flick another one over the top.
140.
Powerful scoring again, 140, 140 to start this leg.
100.
The scoring has been fantastic. It really has over the whole weekend. Even if he's not at a maximum, he's been pretty good on the scoring on a consistent basis.
85.
Even there, as you see, single 5, but still manages to get a reasonable score.
Averaging 105.
140.
That's tonight, 104 throughout the tournament. This is for a 3-1 lead, but he will be back if he misses.
Just looking at a setup now. Treble will leave double 18 on his return.
100. Will we require 36?
Stand up if you love the darts. And right now, Phil Taylor, you think, is loving his darts. But he'll want to hit this.
27.
5 missed doubles in a row for Phil Taylor.
102.
How the tide's turning. 102. 10 for double 16. Oh, he's gone for 6 double 18.
84.
Oh, he can't believe he's missed it. He knows that was a massive opportunity.
2 4s.
Game show.
That is a steadying dart. Already, even this early in the match, you feel he needed that. keeps his nose in front.
23.
Certainly warming up nicely. Phil looks as composed as ever. Michael kind of battling with himself at the moment. He knows he's not in top gear.
He's much more methodical, isn't he, than Gary Anderson, who we just saw. He takes his time, Phil Taylor. Will that affect Michael van Gerwen? Affect his rhythm? Affect his concentration?
No, not at all. They play each other that many times, are used to it. Once they get to the hockey, they just throw at their own pace. It's not particularly a slow throw, Phil, but he's methodical in the way he sets up the throw. Michael very fast, as you can see. Like quite a lot of the young Dutch players.
58.
Seems to be fighting his own battle, doesn't he? He's disappointed when he gets a bad shot. Just got to calm himself down. Easy to say. There's a lot to play for here.
Phil calm, unflappable, whereas MVG seems to react to every dart viscerally.
90. Phil will require 84.
Treble 20 for double 12. Just checking the score. He knows that Van Gerwen isn't on a finish. That's why he didn't need to go for the bull finish route.
So double 16 when he comes back for another break of throw for Phil Taylor
79.
to move 2 breaks ahead.
Phil will require 32.
On the wire.
Game shot and
That one was right in the green bit. And the green man up there on stage,
Game on.
he's in a bit of trouble.
But we do know that he is capable of silly darts, Michael van Gerwen. And seemingly he can just turn them on from nowhere, like this.
He needs to do it all the way through the leg and challenge every leg, even if he's throwing first or against the throw. The more opportunities you get, the better you feel, certainly when you hit them. But you've got to get the opportunity in the first place.
He's only had 3 darts at a double so far, MVG. You would imagine a 4th is coming in this leg. So 6 darts from 181 for MVG.
134.
2-4-1 for Taylor. Won't be too worried about this leg. He'll just keep pounding that treble. If he doesn't get a shot, he moves on to the next leg.
27.
Double 16. Gets the break back.
7th leg, Michael to throw first. Game on.
Disappointed, you could see there with a 96.
He knows he has to score heavier. Doesn't want to be giving Phil Taylor a chance again. He's trying to claw his way back in the game.
It's been a feature of the weekend, the Icelandic hand clap.
So a chance for Taylor here. Not the best visit. You can see the shake of the head from Michael at the back. Phil just doing his own thing, as he always does. That's good from Van Gerwen. He'll be looking at finishing the 207 in 2 visits if he can. And he might have to.
Well, it feels a bit like Christmas. with Phil Taylor and Michael Van Gerwen in the final here at the Motor Point Arena. Full house, cracking atmosphere. Treble 17 now for the bullseye. No.
No, not to be.
57. Michael, you require 100.
Stand up for the legend, our Sid. He would have loved it here. Double 16. Double 16. Another opportunity goals for Van Gerwen. He knows it's crucial, even at this early stage.
Treble 16, double 8. Double 8. 2 darts for 5-2. He's done it, you know.
He's cleaning up these legs, isn't he? Very clinically. Every time he gets the opportunity. That's what wins your matches. Almost halfway there for Taylor. Race to 11.
We mentioned how much he's been winning, Michael Van Gerwen, in the last month or two. But therefore, he's been playing an awful lot. Surely that's got to take it out of you at some stage.
I'm sure it will. He has had a holiday this year, which is something you need to do, despite his youthful age compared with a lot of other players in the top 16. He's one of the youngest. But he has to win this leg. Taylor can't leave a finish, but he'll certainly make a big hole in it. Van Gerwen can't leave a finish.
55.
He could be in trouble here. Taylor 2 visits from 162, and the way he's been finishing, gets a chance, he'll take it.
He missed 5 darts at a double in a row early in the match, but other than that, it's been really clinical.
And that's what's kept the averages down from both players that first leg. There was a bit of nerves, obviously.
58. Who will require 58.
Well, 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 18 for tops. For 6-2.
Well, he's not giving Van Gerwen that second chance. Even the 148, despite it being a big finish, he's not giving him the opportunity to have a throw at it, because a 148 from Michael there, if he had missed, would have got the adrenaline going. He's just not giving him the chance. He's taking the opportunity away every possible time.
59.
How tough is it to play a semi-final, wait 20 minutes and come back and play a final?
Well, it's never easy, because your adrenaline's obviously very high from the game that you've just played. Some players say it's better to play in the second semi-final, so you haven't got too long to wait. Some players say it's better in the first one, so it's all the personal choice. For me, I would rather play in the first one, and then you can come down and get yourself ready again for the next game. But these players now, we play so many tournaments with playing 2 or 3 times on the finals day. They should be used to it.
Both these players really strong front runners. Michael Van Gerwen knows he can't let Phil Taylor go any further ahead, really. There's a break after 10 legs. Whatever happens, Taylor will be leading at the break.
Van Gerwen, if he can take this leg, he would love a break after this leg. Just needs to get back off there and then almost start again, despite the large deficit. That has been reduced to 3. So a big leg here from Taylor, an even bigger leg for Van Gerwen.
Well, he took out 110, not under any pressure. But look at Phil Taylor. Straight back in the red bit. Russ Spray claiming the maximum as only he can.
Yeah, the voice gravelling away there. Certainly earning his tuppence. He might have to do it again. He might have to do it again.
They're on their feet and they won't bother sitting down. Phil Taylor came within one dart of the perfect leg this afternoon. Treble 19 would have left double 12.
Oh, the crowd wanted it. I'm sure he wanted it. Didn't quite get the treble 19. We would have had to have a wide camera angle on the double 12 just in case.
Yes, he missed it by a street. Double 16 though for 7-3 for Phil Taylor. How about that? The power is all over Mighty Mike right now. 7-3 leads in a race to 11.
Thank you very much indeed. Here we go then. Game on. Back to Vassos and Alan.
So, what do you think, Alan? Any way back for MVG?
He has to come straight out of the blocks from the word go. He really has to play at his best. It's not just winning the legs, it's winning the legs against a throw against somebody who's playing better than you at this moment in time. Just needs to win this first leg, take one leg at a time. As we've seen so often in this game, it can change around very quickly. But the way Phil Taylor's going, you just can't see it.
You get the feeling that if Michael van Gerwen is going to push Phil Taylor, if he's going to beat Phil Taylor, he's going to have to produce his best darts. And if he does, then we're all in for a treat.
Well, that's what everybody wants. I'm sure Michael wants it as well. He's certainly looking a bit better on the scoring. Can he relax himself down, get a couple of legs on the board, really fire himself up? But back comes Taylor. Oh, unlucky there. Apart from the fact he hasn't hit the maximum, he hasn't left the finish.
125.
So 6 darts if he needs them.
37.
With Taylor back on at 184, he'll be back.
Oh, he's made it a little bit more hard work than it should have been. And when you're behind,
98.
those doubles just seem that little bit smaller.
88.
18 leaves the bullseye.
63.
That's what happens when you're behind.
86.
If it had been 7-3 in front, you feel he might have hit that. He's feeling the pressure.
Well, this you feel is a virtual match point, championship point for Phil Taylor. Double 16 for an 8-3 lead.
Relentless on the doubles, Phil Taylor. Michael van Gerwen is certainly feeling the pressure. Pressure, it can destroy or create, it can drive you to victory or despair. We love it. Michael van Gerwen doesn't at the moment.
He's only lost 17 legs in 4.5 matches. Phil Taylor.
99.
Not bad going.
He's beaten everyone up with darts like this.
He mentioned, didn't he, about having a bit more of a break because
36.
of his age, just feeling a bit tired on some of the Pro Tour events. People questioned it, if he can produce darts like these in the big TV events. He's right.
So he says he wants to quietly fade away, fade off the scene over the next 18 months or so. This is anything but fading away quietly.
He'll certainly never fade away.
100.
He's playing like Robin Hood at the moment.
Straight back in. hit the bullseye.
This is better from Van Gerwen, but is it too late in the leg? Phil Taylor is finishing like a master. Needs the big 18 for tops. Tops to increase the pain. That's an unusual miss in the way the game has gone.
Oh, he needed that. He really needed to hit that, because you can't imagine Phil Taylor with 3 darts in his hand, aiming at the double 10, will fail to take it out. There it is. It's 9-3. He's 2 legs from the title.
That's better from Van Gerwen, but is it too late? Is it too late for Van Gerwen? Scoreline well in the favour of the power. 6 legs ahead, 2 away from victory and the title. They need a couple of 9-darters here, Mr. Van Gerwen.
He has had to this week, but he left them all in Barnsley.
136.
Looking for a good setup. That's not bad, is it?
133.
The difficulty he's got is breaking Taylor. The way Taylor is playing, you would think he would have to do it in 4 visits, and he's just not doing it.
59. Michael, you require 54.
So for an 11-dart leg, doesn't matter 11 or 12, and that doesn't really matter because he will be back, but you just get the feeling he needed an 11-darter just to get himself going.
Absolutely, that's what he needs. But he was quite a long way off the double there. And when you've missed with your first visit,
46.
Almost put some pressure on in the next one. That'll make him feel a little bit better. A little tip of the hat.
14th leg, Phil to throw first.
Will he believe he can still win this, Michael Van Gerwen?
Not at this point. He knows he hasn't played well. He knows he's a long way behind, and he knows there's a massive task ahead. He needs to, as we've said all along, while Taylor's been in front, to get 2 or 3 legs on the trot in 11s and 12s. Then he's got in his groove, and he's not in the groove. He's not going to get scrappy legs to get back in this match when he's 9-4 down.
How does he go about getting into the groove?
First job first, get this leg done, move on to the next one. He hasn't got the rhythm that we're so used to seeing from Van Gerwen. Scoring is his biggest asset. Big 180 scorer, as we know. It hasn't quite happened. 140s hasn't quite happened. Some of the big finishes that we've seen over the weekend hasn't quite happened.
Stares down at his darts in the background, Michael Van Gerwen, as Phil Taylor peppers the treble 20 with another ton 40. He's just a leg and a bit away now.
100.
Should stay there.
100.
It's leg after leg where Michael is leaving himself too much to do. Magical 180. But will he get the opportunity to take the leg? He seems to be doing it at the end of the leg and not at the start.
Treble 18 leaves double 12, 20 leaves tops. This is for 10-4 Taylor.
38.
Now, big opportunity for Van Gerwen. It's the stealing of the leg that'll make him feel good, but he has to hit it, and hit it he does. Back to 9-5. But that was against the throw, importantly. If he can just nick this one.
Is that a turning point? Is it a turning point? Suddenly, the There's a bit of a spring in the Dutchman's step.
It was almost at the point of no return, but back comes Taylor. He's got to keep this power scoring to take this leg.
57.
And again, he's missed a treble. Started the leg with a maximum. Hasn't followed it up.
He's hit 7 maximums, Michael van Gerwen, to Phil Taylor's 4. But the difference has been the turn 40s. Taylor's hit 14, van Gerwen just 7.
Yeah, 2 back to back. Again, he's gone another visit without a big treble. Even a ton or an 85 on the last 2 visits would have put him in prime position to take this leg on throw. And you feel this is his last opportunity to really get his teeth into the match.
When he'll come back for 81, will Phil Taylor. 3 more perfect darts. But it was the middle bit of the leg that's hurt for van Gerwen. Treble 19 for double 12 for Phil Taylor. So 12 for the bullseye. Oh, yes! Yes, indeed! On the brink of the title now, Phil Taylor. 1 leg away.
Well, you can see what that means to Phil Taylor. He's basically extinguished the chance that Michael van Gerwen had created to try and claw his way back in the match. Van Gerwen is looking all and sundry to go to 9-6. But that bullseye puts Phil the Power Taylor 1 leg away.
Michael van Gerwen had a 180 and a 171 in a leg in which he had the darts and he didn't have a dart at a double.
Yeah, it was the 2 visits without the treble, wasn't it? As he hits another maximum. Well, I'm sure these 2 players were dreaming of Champions League glory Saturday afternoon. But it looks like Phil Taylor is going to take the title unless we have something extraordinary happening from van Gerwen.
139.
Well, he's in last chance saloon now, Michael van Gerwen. Can't afford to lose another leg. He's 5 down with 6 to play.
58.
Yeah, scratching his head. And the reason being, he hasn't produced it throw upon throw. It just hasn't hit the big scores at every visit that we're so used to. Maybe that defeat last night against Taylor really did hurt him.
Require 124.
Treble 18 for bullseye. No, so it's match point.
56.
Championship point to Phil Taylor. 1-1-4 for the title. Double 17. Oh yes! A double 17 sealed it for the power. The inaugural Champions League of Darts goes to Phil Taylor. He's been imperious all weekend. 5 wins out of 5. 5 easy wins out of 5. Is he enjoying himself? You betcha.
Well, congratulations, Phil Taylor. In his career, he's climbed more than 1 mountain, and you always felt that he was somewhere near the summit. Today, he's at the top. He's beaten Michael van Gerwen to be the Champions League darts champion. The first one, he will love it. He's enjoying the moment. The crowd have loved it. We've loved it. We hope you've loved it at home. Phil Taylor is the man.